Thanks for sharing your energy with me. Watch closely because what you're about to hear may enlighten you, give you new insight, and free you from the narrative they have schooled you to believe.
Look, when Africa grows tired of being internationally bullied, it will write its own definition of poverty because being poor in Africa isn't the same as being poor in the West. Look, being poor, for example, in America isn't comparable to being poor in many African countries across the continent where there is still a strong sense of community among the people. And oftentimes, the people whom Western NGOs classify as poor are those who do not have money. But the nuance here is that they eat healthy, nutritious food from the land on a daily basis. I mean, at least it's a much better diet than a university student in the West who can't cook and lives on noodles, pasta, and fast food on a daily basis. And yet, it is that same student chained by student loans whom in the future would travel to Africa to tell the people that they are poor, all while working in Africa to pay back student loans in the West. However, in contrast, someone who is poor in America, for example, often means being homeless, living precariously and below the standard associated with what is considered normal in the so-called developed society, one that is brutally individualistic. You see, while the two share similarities, they are not the same. They are not the same. Yet, the African case is often portrayed as the worst one, sending a message out there that it is better to be poor in the West than in Africa, when in reality, being poor anywhere on this earth means living in captivity because poverty makes you a war prisoner in a capitalist society. Look, people from all over the world travel to the African continent to make money, yet somehow the word in the street, or if you will, the common narrative out there is that Africa is poor rather than overexploited, with some local governments actively participating in the process by refusing to enforce their own policies.
We, ni nini?